Hello, people of the internet. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. The only place I could be me. And it's the only place I'd want to put me. I'm gonna upload my damn consciousness to the damn internet. Let's go. Time to play some OCTOPATH TRAVELER. One of the best RPGs ever made. You know, I did want to focus on this game, but sadly, we're going to have a sad, dramatic series of episodes again because my family is crumbling. And I don't really know what to do about it anymore. I mean, I could try to pretend to be happy for you guys, but I'm not happy right now. I was happy for the past 3 weeks, and then some douchebag came and tried to attack my happiness and my family. Get this, though.
Let the hunt begin. Out of my way.
I will not be defeated.
Let the hunt begin.
I will not be defeated. Let your wounds be healed.
Let my arrows fly true.
These fucking pigs are strong, man. So are these frogs.
Well then.
Out of my way. What's yours?
God damn it.
Let my arrows fly true.
That percentage is such a lie.
I will not be defeated. Let your wounds be healed.
What next?
Well then.
What next?
It's like they want you to have some new powers for this guy or these guys or something.
Well then.
Let the hunt begin.
Maybe you're just supposed to keep capturing these things and using them against themselves or something.
Out of my way. Don't start dating.
I always know a game's good is when you're not feeling your best and the game's still mad fun. Alright, so I guess I'm gonna do my rambling rant here for a little while. So I can stop thinking about all this crap. And move on. Yeah, so I've been mostly alone. Allow me to paint a picture here. I've been mostly alone for like the last 5 years, like pretty distant from most people. I watch after my parents a little bit. That's basically the only human interaction I really have. And I'm fine with that and stuff, but it just seems like somehow somebody always comes around and they got to shit on your parade, you know? And these people that are supposed to care about you always find a way that they're going to cheat on you. They're going to make fun of you in front of a group of friends, behind your back, right in front of your face. They're going to purposely spend all their resources and love and energy on themselves and their friends and just make it so fucking obvious so like you don't even feel like you're loved by these people. And these are like your siblings, your parents, your lovers, your friends, your best friends. You'll see this happen all the time. I don't care who you are. It's the same fucking mentality that went into rating your friends on MySpace back in the day. Like this petty ass, like who rates their friends? Like that's the cringiest shit you could ever do. We're all fucking humans at the end of the day. Who cares if you like somebody right now? Like that's the most childish way of loving people that there ever was, right? Yeah, so I actually had a really good last 3 weeks. And for some reason, my parents are struggling with fighting and drugs again, and my sisters are distant as they always are, and for some reason, that other person who lives in my house is transforming into the devil, and I don't know what's going on. I didn't even do anything. All I did was talk about an ice cream maker that they bought, and I thought I was drumming up some nice conversation, and then I got judged for that. And then I got judged for buying this great game right here for $30 by somebody who spends like thousands of dollars on bullshit for themselves. We literally had like an $800 arcade machine that they never even played once sitting in the other room, but we don't have a water softener in the basement that costs half that. You know what I mean? Like that makes no sense, right? And then it would be one thing if all of us were stupid with our money and we just spent it on dumb shit that was expensive, right? But it's just that one person doing it, you know? And that one person is the only person bringing bad vibes most of the time. Judgment, bad vibes, hypocrisy. Saying that you care about your family's health, but then bringing them fights and not making up for that. Like, that doesn't make any sense because the number one thing to somebody's health is their mental state. If their mental state isn't right, they can't pilot a body right. They can't operate habitual choices right. They can't, you know what I mean? There's so many things they can't do if their mental isn't right. And it's just like, some people are fucking delusional. They act like they care about people around them and they're the ones damaging them. You know what I mean? Or they're the ones making it harder for that person to change as well. I don't know, I just feel like I've went my whole life and I've always tried my best, especially as I grew up. Like, yeah, I was a little bit of a fucker when I was a kid, but I grew up and I was very nice to my family, and I just don't understand how there's still problems, you know? I just feel like I'm doomed. Like, it don't matter if I'm a good person, don't matter if I'm a rich person, don't matter. It's just me, I'm doomed. My situation and my family, my role, it's doomed, you know? When someone's picking fights with you for talking about an ice cream maker that they bought and making ice cream for their aging parents, I just don't understand that, you know? Like, how is that okay? I've never fought over with somebody for such a petty reason. I've never done that. I'm not even a good person and I've never done that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just a normal dude. Make mistakes, you know what I mean? So it doesn't make sense to me that somebody who acts like they're so fucking perfect would be that fucking fucked up, you know what I mean? It's the same thing. Like, a lot of people in prison are better than the guards, you know what I mean? A lot of the innocent people who aren't in the government, they're better than the people in the government. A lot of the people without jobs, they're nicer and kinder and more loving than the people with jobs. You know what I mean? It just goes on and on like that. It's like, I don't even want to believe that cheesy stuff like that is true, but it actually is. It's crazy. It's even in this video game right here. That's literally getting portrayed in this video game as well. So it's funny that, because clearly some other people have thought of that weird dynamic, that weird dichotomy that we have going on, you know? But the more I go along, it's like, I'm stupid for not being meaner sooner. That's my problem. Like, the people who try to provoke your meanness, and if it rarely comes out, like, I'm only mean to people like once every like 6 months, like at most. I'm talking about in person, not on video games. Obviously, I have a lot of douchebags on video games that I gotta fight off. That's not what we're talking about. So it's like, you think people would notice when you've grown up and you stopped fighting and you started taking care of your family. You know what I mean? But certain people will just harbor resentment against you forever for some reason. And you'll never be able to pinpoint the why. They'll never tell you why. They'll treat you like shit and they won't tell you why. It's really fucking weird. Like, how you even start a fight with somebody over making ice cream for their parents, and then instead of trying to de-escalate the situation, you just run away and hide and then try to re-escalate it tomorrow for them. You know what I mean? Like, that makes no sense to me. If you were even a half decent person, you would either de-escalate that situation, you would apologize for being a douche, or you would, the next day, you would make sure that nothing bad happened to that person so that they could have some time to recover. You know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense to me. And the farther I go down this rabbit hole, the more I see it's like, I should have, like I said, I should have been meaner sooner. I should have cut people off sooner, because it's like, I keep giving people chances who are terrible for me, you know? I'm giving this dumbass douchebag with a mustache more chances to be my lover than they ever deserved. You know what I mean? They didn't even deserve one. I gave them one. They douched me out of that. I gave them 20,000 more chances. They still keep douching me and cheating on me and lying to me and flirting with other people. You know what I mean? And guess what? I didn't learn from that. I came back in my family, and guess what? There's people in my family that don't give a fuck about my life force or my life. They, you know what I mean? They ain't gonna care about me till I'm fucking dead. And it's just like, why am I so soft and stupid, you know? Why am I so nice to people? And why do I forgive them when they call me evil words in front of our group of friends for no reason, and they fart at you, and they basically treat you like you're not even a human. They treat you like you're beneath the normal human, you know what I mean? It's really weird. And then they act like they're not doing shit. They act like they're stupid or something, even though they know what they're doing. It is, you know. And then they leave you to deal with it, and that's the reason I'm talking about it. It'd been one thing if any of these people in my life who I'm describing ever, like, try to make it up to me, or they tried to have a good relationship with me again, or they tried to make sure that my heart was healed over the bullshit that they caused. None of them in my entire life. Not a best friend, not a lover, not a sibling, no one. Not even my parents don't even do it right. Like, they're better than most people. Like, when they made a mistake in my life, they usually, like, I could tell they try to make it up to me, you know what I mean? And even them, they aren't good at it, you know what I mean? Like, you got me here cooking meals and doing your dishes, and then, like, nobody does that for me ever. Nobody does my dishes. Nobody, like, almost ever cooks me meals. I'm not even asking for that. I don't even want that. I like making. I just want people not to start fights with me over making fucking ice cream. Like, what? It's just the level of selfishness and pettiness is rising in my life. It rose with the shit girlfriends I had. It rose with the shit friends from high school who transformed themselves into assholes. And I was rising with my siblings and my parents, you know. And I talked about this years ago, and I tried to ignore it, and I tried to keep loving my family anyways, and it just always comes back to bite me. And it's like there's no solution. They're so sick and psychotic, and they're deep down in their brain, and they're not honest about it, that they're trying to make the only solution is for you to lash out. So you see what I mean? The person who's supposed to love you, who's your family, who's your friends, they get so sick with their lives and so psychotic, and they bury it so well, like they're fucking Dexter Morgan or some shit. And then they try to manipulate situations and create fights off of nothing. And even though they notice they just created something like that, they're so up their own egotistical sniff butthole that they won't even try to jump on an opportunity to dissolve that fight instantly, which they could have easily done with a simple apology or a simple act of companionship or anything, you know what I mean? Just not fucking judgmental douchebag. All you have to do is not be a judgmental douchebag or a unloyal, disloyal fucking douchebag. That's all you have to do. And somehow these fucking people I'm talking about always find a way to do that. They always find a way to be that bad of a person. And none of them ever make it up to you. They are so self-fucking righteous that they think they're right. When they started weird fights, they started cheating, they started flirting, they insulted you in front of the group of friends for no reason first, etc., etc. I go on and on. It's just like the most backwards, double standard. And even when people are witnessing something like that happen to you, they still find a way to play a blind eye because they don't want to get involved. But the second you have a problem with it, you will be put down. You don't get to say you don't get to speak your piece. You don't get to show the fact that you were just loving and really did nothing wrong. Nothing. You see what I mean? It's just it's this weird world of the 7 billion homunculi fucking heartless monsters. It's fucking weird. And then, like, you sit there, if you're even a half-decent person, you try to, look at people like they're humans again and just, like, soften up for them and be nice to them. And they always find a way to crush your heart again, and it's fucking annoying. It's worse than annoying. It's everything. It's depressing. It's fucking anger-inducing. It's frustrating. It's fucking so sad, like, when you see a good relationship just go down the fucking gutter because somebody's that selfish and that petty, you know what I mean? And it's just like... all I did yesterday was make my parents ice cream and and get excited about a new video game and play it. That's all I did. And I'm getting in this dumbass war because somebody has problems with their own life and they had to start a fight with me. You know what I mean? I didn't insult anyone. I didn't do anything. This fight started literally because I was making ice cream for my parents. And because I talked about ice cream and I mentioned that I bought this game for $30. Those are the three roots. So you know what I mean? So if my roots to the fight don't make any sense and shouldn't have never produced the fight, then that leads me to believe that the fight was brewing in the other person's fucking mind, and basically I could have done anything and eventually would have resulted in a fight. You know what I mean? It'd been one thing if I was being a fucking asshole for no reason, or arrogant, or not listening, or talking way too much, or something. I didn't do any of those things. I was purposely trying to be very careful and cautious with my family, you know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense. It never will. I could describe the situation to you thousands of times. There is no other perspective that's going to shine light on it for me. You know what I mean? I've already thought about it for 36 hours straight. I'm fucking sick of thinking about it. That's why I made this commentary. Because I'm fucking sick of thinking about it. I'd rather vent it. I'm sick of it being trapped in my fucking head. I was having like I said, I had a great fucking 3 weeks. I was excited to play this new game. Zelda was coming out. I was very happy. Having fun with the dogs. You name it. Things are going pretty damn good, you know? But it all comes back down to me accepting people in my life who aren't worth it, who don't care about me, who don't care about my parents, who don't care about my family. They don't even care they care so little that even though they know it's a struggle for my family to stay happy with each other and not fight, like our family has fought our entire lives, even though they know that's a struggle, they would burn my relationship with my parents before they would help us succeed. You see what I'm saying? Like, that to me is the most fucked up. Like, you think anyone with half a heart would want to see the family happy for once. You know what I mean? To me, that's the most fucked up part that I can describe about it. That just doesn't make any sense to me. And it never will. The other person on the other end is heartless and would never even somewhat solve that situation or somewhat take credit for what they did. Take responsibility for the bullshit they did. Instead, they'll try to turn you into the bad guy. They'll try to make it look like you were blowing up about nothing. They'll do all these types of diffusing tactics. It's fucking cringe. Subterfuge tactic garbage. Act like I am not wise to what they're doing. So they're even ruining my fun of the beginning of this game. And like I said, it was all because I was making my parents ice cream. It caused nobody any trouble. Everyone could do exactly what they needed to do. There was nothing wrong with it. People are fart sniffs, and they will, if they have too much sex, they will come back and they will be mean to their family. You see what I'm saying? People will go out there and they'll drink and they'll party and they'll eat like shit. They'll smoke. They'll find girlfriends. They'll be with one girlfriend searching for other girlfriends. People do all this weird sexual unnecessary bullshit. And then they'll come back to you acting new, acting like a fucking new bougie bitch. And they always got a big personality. And it's like, yeah, well, you're fronting for something. You must not be that happy with your life. Because anyone who has to treat their family like that is fucking pathetic. There was no reason to either. You know what I mean? Like I said, it would have been one thing if we were putzing around and we were being mean to each other, joking. It would have been one thing if I was being a douche first. Yeah, then I deserve it. But no, none of these things fucking happened. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, none of it makes sense. Same as the last 20 fucking weird family fights that I described over the course of the last 3-4 years on this channel. I was actually doing these types of commentaries before I made this channel, like 5 years ago, because my family was going through the same type of shit, drug problems, fighting, alcoholism, selfishness, all types of dumb shit. But the thing is, back then, I was at least part of the cause. Now all I'm doing is, like, taking care of my parents and my dogs and my turtle and making my parents ice cream, and somehow I'm still getting attacked. You know what I mean? Makes no fucking sense. It's like I always say, it's always right when things are going well for me. Right when I'm quitting bad habits. Right when things are going well, I'm doing yoga and taking care of myself. Right when I got a new video game and I'm excited to play and it's going to be some fun days. Somebody always leaks their poison of their shit life over into my life. And I did nothing to deserve it. I even, like, almost begged them not to do it at points in my life. Like, and they still do it. People are fucking weird, dude. Like, don't look at people as their smiling little face or their hair, or that's not what they are. They're their soul and their spirit, and there's a lot of darkness and there's a lot of demons eating our fucking spirits and our souls or some shit. Like, never trust somebody who says one thing and then a couple months later they act like they're ignorant to it all. You know what I mean? Never trust somebody like that. Because I keep doing it and I keep doing it and it keeps backfiring on me, you know? People who say that they're going to have your back. People who say that they're going to quit drugs. People who say that they're going to love you forever. People who say that they're going to be your best friend forever. People who say that they're going to have the family's back. People who say that they're never going to leave the family. And guess what? These are the people who cheat on you. These are the people who flirt. These are the people who care more about their dumbass fucking relationships than they do their family's lives. You name it. You never trust people who have wronged you. Just don't do it. It's not worth it. You don't gain anything by it. Your idiot parents will simp for somebody who, just because they're the youngest child, they'll simp for that person, even if that person is causing the fights and causing a lot of the problems. You know what I mean? They'll simp for that person because they're weak in their hearts for their youngest child. It's like the cringiest thing ever. The youngest child could be a fucking murderer. What the fuck do you know? Too busy doing fucking drugs to care, I guess. I don't know. As long as you're not disturbing their happiness and their drugs, then you're good. And it's fucking sickening because I'm sick of being in my room. I finally like worked up the courage to have a good relationship with my family and go out there and do the dishes a lot and clean up. We just cleaned up the whole pantry system. I finally got in the habit of going out there and cooking food and sharing it, and that took me a long time after I got attacked by certain people in my life, like, right? And now I finally get everything good and I feel good with my family, and oh, somebody new comes around acting new. Got to make sure they damage that so I can't leave my room and be happy with my family. I got to feel traumatized. I got to feel damaged. I got to feel like someone doesn't believe in me, you know? Somebody doesn't trust me to have their back. Somebody doesn't trust me to make sure that they're good. Somebody would take a small situation and make it into a dumbass fight and then do nothing to diffuse that. You know what I mean? I'm just over it all, man. It was literally, like I said, I was on a really good track for 3 weeks there. I really don't understand. My parents are so stupid and brainwashed. They're listening to this douche attack me with his little fucking, oh, I'm gonna leave the family, fucking Patrick Star, fucking words, hurtful words. And even though they heard that, they just act like that's okay, you know what I mean? And there wasn't a fight yet. That was before there was a fight. That was the first dark, evil thing that was said. You see what I'm saying? The only thing said before that was what? Nothing. There wasn't shit before that was that bad. Nothing. I just feel like there's a lot of adults out there that are just looking for an excuse to hate people. They're looking for an excuse to hate their family. Like, my parents are so fucked up, and I still love the shit out of them, you know what I mean? Doesn't matter to me. But you just got people out there who turn into adults, and they, like, take pride in turning their back on people who don't deserve to have their back turned. You know what I mean? Like, it's one thing if the person actually did something bad to you for no reason first. Yeah, sure, turn your back on them. But if the person has always been there and they're taking care of your family and they're taking care of your dog and they're taking care of your life, they're cleaning up your dog's shit and they're cleaning up your dog's piss, you think you would have a monochrome of respect for, you think you would have a little crumb of respect for them, you know? I must have cleaned up like 100 piss stains and a bunch of fucking shit off of this fucking dog. And I never said nothing about it until now. Because I don't care about bragging about that. I just give away, you know, I'm not, like I said, I'm not even a good person. But I'm still doing more for people and not mentioning anything than they have ever done for me or my family, you know. I even had like a weird dream the other day where I went on like a flashback to my ex-girlfriend's house and I was like doing all the chores like I did back then. I was such a fucking simp for that dumbass family that I like did their nasty fucking chores for them. Rip up their fucking asbestos 40-year-old carpet and shit. You know what I mean? It's like shit with no fucking protection. That's like the kind of nice, selfless guy I am. Hurt fucking shoulder, I'm like lifting up their 400-pound fucking extendo bed couch so that they can remodel their house and shit. And then I get no love and I get cheated on by their daughter. You know what I mean? Like, what? That's my life in a nutshell. Anyways, you know, I'm going to move on from all this shit and keep to my own, but I just thought I would share that with you guys because these people keep putting dark feelings in my heart and they keep attacking my livelihood and my happiness, and they're not there for me, so I don't have anyone to talk to, so it's just me. But yeah, never trust anyone who takes your money and then spends it on drugs. Never trust anyone who takes your money and withholds it from you and makes sure that you can't sell your profits and your stocks. Never, yeah, that's all I got to say. Listen to your fucking gut, man. Like, Your heart is a fucking idiot. That's all I gotta tell you. Your heart and your brain, no matter how smart you think you are, is a fucking idiot. No matter how strong you think love is, or how powerful love is, or how important love is. At the end of the day, if your gut is telling you something bad, like, that's gonna get you killed or gonna get you emotionally damaged, it's probably a good idea to listen to your gut at that point, you know what I mean? Unless you're fucking suicidal, you know what I mean? Like, that doesn't make any sense to chase darkness, to chase false relationships, to chase people who care more about others than they do about you. Like, why would you chase those people and get possibly hurt or killed or hurt your mental state for the rest of your life when you know that they ain't never gonna come around, you know? They ain't gonna grow up, they ain't gonna start treating you right, they ain't gonna love you properly, they ain't gonna be self-sacrificial, they ain't gonna cook meals for you, they ain't gonna care about your family. You name it. They ain't gonna do none of that shit. So, like, why sit there with a childlike hope just that you know is gonna get crushed, you know? It's funny because it was just like an even more skewed example of what happened as I was a kid. Like, me and my sibling fought as a kid, and they always told on me and got me in trouble because they were younger and used the fact that they were younger to make me look like I was a bully or some shit. And now that we're an adult and they start subtle little douchebag fights, and if I have a problem with that, guess what? I'm still the bad guy. Because I didn't like the subtle, weird little cocky douchebag fight. Lack of love, conversation, bullshit, you know what I mean? Such a bad person for not liking poor treatment. Oh my god, I'm such a bad person for that. And you'll see that even though your douchebag parents or your douchebag teacher or whoever the fuck always seem to take other people's sides, even when it's your turn and you know what I mean? Like, you clearly didn't do anything bad. All you were doing was making ice cream for your family. Those people never take your side. So you see what I mean? The whole time growing up, you specifically took one kid's side who wasn't even right half the time and started those fights half the fucking time. Like, every fucking relationship is a two-way street. But then when that person who got away with it as kids their entire time still is doing dumb shit as an adult, you got nothing for them. You got no punishment, no words, no, you know what I mean, cold shoulder. Somebody, it makes no sense, right? I remember one time I got in trouble for nothing. I got in trouble for shit I did like weeks before and I was already in trouble for, and I had done nothing since then. I was talking to my sister who had recently moved out. I was talking to my mother, my doucher, and me, and I was like 10 years old in the fucking living room. We were all happy watching a TV show, and she like says some weird thing about me she like tries to provoke me and get me mad and says that I have a temper in front of my sister who hasn't been around. She's like trying to make me look bad in front of my sister. I'm a fucking 10-year-old. You know what I mean? And then she goes and whips me with a belt after that. She started that weird thing with a 10-year-old and then whipped me with a fucking belt. The same person who complains about her parents all the fucking time about how they were so abusive and they probably weren't. Did that. Started a fight with their kid for no reason, off of history, off of their perceived history that wasn't even always true. You see what I mean? And I forgive this person, and I love this person. I make this person smoothies. I do this person's nasty fucking dishes. I take this person's nasty fucking panties out of their nasty fucking dog's mouth. You know what I mean? I help this person. I love this person, and that's the type of treatment I get after all that. Because I didn't want to get yelled at for making ice cream. I just wanted to be left alone to make my fucking ice cream for my parents. And nobody will ever understand it from me. They'll play a blind eye. They're just waiting for their next hit of drugs. The other one's waiting so they can go to work and pretend that this all didn't happen. You see what I mean? I'm alone. They tell me I'm not alone. If I go in other room and try to make food, they try to come and sniff my fucking armpits, and they won't let me fucking make my fucking broccoli and tofu and just go in my room and be happy. They gotta find a way to step in, try to drum up some fight from yesterday. They want to see what's left in me. You know, it's like the cringiest shit ever. I'm predicting it before they even let it happen. I said, please don't stand by me. And this fucking bipolar coke bitch is fucking up in my face, sniffing my fucking armpits, licking my fucking ball sack. You know what I mean? It's fucking cringe. And then I got Huffy McPuffy smoked too much in his life over there, who I always have his back. He won't even have my back for a little bit. All I wanted to do was cook some fucking food, and I got this person hounding me. You know what I mean? And I asked them nicely. That's the thing. I asked them nicely. These people want you to murder them. These people want you to be unhappy. These people don't give a fuck about your happiness. They don't want you to have friends. They want to have the nice shit. They want to have more money than you. They want to be more successful. The people are bullies. I've never even seen kindness out of humans. People always say, like, do unto others, blah, 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 blah. I've always been nice to people. I was the guy who was nice to the dude who got picked on by on the bus. You know what I mean? Everyone else is punching him in the face and making fun of him and spitting on him and shit. And I'm the guy defending him. You know what I mean? That's the world I live in. And then somehow my douchebag drug-addicted parents somehow, with all that, act like they're the progenitors of justice, and I'm the bad guy. That makes no sense. You never listened to my side. You tuned me out the second I started talking. You tuned me out and just believed what you were going to say. You should always listen to their fights and their problems, right? They can go thousands of rounds back and forth. You divorced me first. You stole my cigarette butt. You crashed my car. You broke my TV. You took my coke. Blah, 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 blah. Listen to this thousands of fucking times, not saying shit most of the time. And then I have one problem because someone's douching the fuck out of me for no reason. Who should love me. Person should be my other half. Should be my companion, right? And I have a problem with the douchebag way they're treating me, and I can't vocalize that. I can't say nothing about it. Nothing will change it. If I say anything about it, I get mad about it. I do anything about it, it's too much. I can't do anything. See what I mean? You will be stifled down, and you cannot say shit, and you will be locked in a prison of sad emotions. And I'm doing my next hit of coke, baby. I'm taking the money you gave me last month, and I'm not going to give it back to you like I should. I'm going to go waste it so I can go spend it on cigarettes this month. You know what I mean? Like, it's the cringiest shit. I deal with it all the time, and nobody gives a fuck. I talk to my siblings about it. They don't give a fuck. I mentioned stuff to them last summer that it wasn't working for me, and I felt like things were going to crumble. Guess what? They don't give a fuck. They're off there sucking stink dick. They're off there making their own house. They're off there putting their kid to school. They're off there making their own money. They don't really care. You know what I mean? So if the only people in my entire life who are supposed to care about me don't really care, why the fuck do I care so much about them? That's my fucking question. But what do you expect when you make 1,000 smoothies for people and they make you 0? Not even 1. You know what I mean? What do you expect? What do you expect when you spend hours editing a video for somebody and they don't give you a dime and they don't love you and they don't even say thank you, they don't even smile at you, nothing. What do you expect, right? Never trust somebody who dances on you in friendly matches on Fortnite. Never trust somebody who makes fun of you in front of your shared group of friends, and then prefers those friends over you for the next few years. It's like dull. Like I should slap myself in the head, right? But at the end of the day, your heart, no matter what you say, I guarantee your heart's gonna twist it around and make you look like a fucking idiot. And anyways, I don't know. Probably be alone for most of the summer, and I'm going to take care of my health the best I can. I'll update you guys down the road. Hopefully I can, just be on my own, and I won't have any dumbass fighting to tell you guys about in a few months, and I can update you guys. And You know, sometimes I feel like I'm at my wit's end and I can't be here anymore because of all this type of shit. And you know, back in the day, it used to be easier for me to deal with this type of stuff because I was younger and I had certain people who seemed like they cared about me back then. And it's just not that. It's not like that anymore. And it's been more than I wanted to deal with, honestly. But I'm gonna have a good time playing Octopath Traveler. I got a lot of fun stuff to play, so it should be a good summer. Um, I'm gonna have some cool videos coming out for Halo and some like fancy edits. Should be some of my best stuff I ever make so far, and I'm just gonna try to focus on that stuff because that's all I really got at the end of the day. I had a really good past 3 weeks with my dog, and my feeling with the dog doesn't feel the same anymore, and it kind of hurts, but I don't really know how that's gonna go. That's another thing. It's like you develop all these connections, and like you love your ex girlfriend's dog. You know what I mean? You love your family's dog. You love your neighbor's cat. You love your best friend from high school's cat. You know what I mean? You develop these connections with animals and through people and stuff, and it's like people come and they shit all over your life, and then it's like a double punch, you know. It's like they hit you in the heart for their own connection with you, and they also hit you in the heart because you're connected with their animals and stuff, you know what I mean? And I don't know, it damn near broke my heart when I woke up this morning and I looked at the dog that I spent the last 3 weeks with, and it didn't feel the same. And then you know that sometimes you're not as safe as you think you are. It's hard to go on after that, you know. Just having such a good time making a relationship with the new dog, you know. And then you wake up and you don't feel it anymore. And you don't know where it went. And you feel like you're trapped at sea and you don't know if you're gonna find your way home, you know. Well, thanks for listening, guys. Sorry for the weird one. You know, that's life, I guess. You know, sometimes a lot hits you at once, and you're just not ready for it. And I'm gonna stick to my own, and hopefully down the road, uh, the way I feel about the dog comes back, and uh, hopefully the hard work this summer will pay off for me, and won't be in such a place where I feel like things aren't working for me and stuff. I'm still excited for some of the games coming out soon, and I don't know when I might be happy again, but it's how it goes sometimes, you know. And at least I've been through stuff like this before, and I've been through worse, so just gotta find a way to keep going. And I've been worried about my parents a lot the last couple of months, and I don't really talk about that, but I think it's one of those things where, like, when you finally go through some real shit and you become an adult, you think you're gonna be invincible, but if somebody's already in your heart and they find a way to betray it somehow it's not even the biggest. Sometimes it's not even the biggest stuff. It's just a lot of little shit. Even though you did mature a lot, um, that doesn't mean like you can't come tumbling down. You know, doesn't mean you're completely protected, and it doesn't mean you're not gonna go through some more hard stuff, right? Uh, I was excited for cassette. I knew about this game maybe like a year ago. I didn't pay attention to its release, but Cassette Beasts looks really good. I'll probably play that pretty soon. And see, I want to play games for you guys and everything like I usually do. Just don't feel like it. It's annoying. Cause I worked pretty hard last week to build up all the ambition to play all these games and stuff, and then right when I start doing good and start recording my new videos, and something gets in the way. It's fucking disgusting when you hear somebody who is so douchey to you sit there and act like they're nice the next day, and you just hear sentence after sentence of them being like calm and nice, and it's just like I don't know if they do it because they're evil and they want you to go psychotic over it, or they do it because they're that delusional and they think they're a good person after they were mean to somebody. It's like, and like I said, it's one thing if they're mean to somebody and they recognize it quickly and they try to make up for it and stuff like that. Yeah, that's fine. That's a human thing. It's when they're super heartless, they create these bad situations, they hurt somebody's life, then they ignore you and they try to be nice to other people. It's really fucking weird. People in my family have done that. I've seen it happen so often growing up. I've seen friends do that. I've seen lovers do that. It's just, that shit's fucking weird, dude. You can tell, like, as much as people act like they're so fucking mature, like, they're all so susceptible to grudges. They hold grudges like a motherfucker. Every single one of them. They don't know how to forgive. Don't trust good-looking, smiling people. That's all I gotta say. There is no good vibes because you don't know what... there's only good vibes if you know they're true vibes, True vibes last forever, and they're always beaming out of a person on the daily, especially when they're not hunkered down by something, held down by some depression of some kind. That's true good vibes. Those fake good vibes that a lot of people share in their relationships that are super temporary, super fleeting. Nothing. The group never really accomplishes that much. They could. There's potential there. They could be amazing together and stuff. It's just they never do that. A lot of people say they care about you, or they'll like reach out a hand when something bad is happening, but they're not really reaching out a hand. What they're doing is they just don't want the status quo to get fucked with, Because if they actually cared and they actually trying to lift you up, they would listen to every word you had to say. They would do something that you wanted done. You know what I mean? They would make sure that whatever was ailing you was not going to be a problem anymore. But that's never happened in my life, Like I said, you're going to get cheated on. People going to steal your girlfriend. People going to insult you in front of a group of friends. People going to care about themselves more than they ever cared about you. Anyways, it's a weird fucking world. Watch out there, people. I hope you guys got super loving, doving people in your life. And hope you guys don't got to go through this type of shit. So, I've been one thing if I had to deal with it a couple times in my life, but it's happened so many times. I'm just so over it. I can't take it when it happens anymore. It's just, I don't even try to take it anymore. It's just fucking annoying. I don't really even care either. Like, I used to try so hard to keep myself together during shit like this, and now it's just like, I'm so tired of people backstabbing and passive-aggressive bullshitting me and lying to me and shit, and lying about me and lying about what they said to me and shit. I'm just so sick of it all. I can't deal with people like that no more. Especially when they're getting in the way of the good relationships that I had established. That's when it gets really fucked up, Like, I have a good relationship going with this dog and with my parents, and somehow somebody's gonna fuck up both of those for me. That's the only relationships I got, you know what I mean? So they're fucking up my only source of human connection. Well, they got plenty of other sources, you know what I mean? I've seen that happen, and I'm not even, like, making it up. Like, that happened in my relationships, that happened with my group of friends, that happened with my family, like, it's factual. Anyways, it's nice talking to you guys. Thanks for listening to the old soap opera. Soapbox? Is that the word? I don't know what that means. So hopefully in a couple days I'm feeling better, and then after that I'll get working on all my summer projects and stuff.
got better things to do.
Letting my arrow fly and true.
Out of my way. Don't.
Well then. Oh, sacred light!
Coming, if thou darest. Lightning, done my duty.
Well then.
My turn.
I'll do my best. Here I go! There!
Letting the hunt beginning.
Let's do this.
Letting the hunt beginning.
Out of my way.
Letting the hunt beginning.
No, you will not! My turn now.
No, you don't.
Coming, if thou darest. I honor thee, my queen.
Hi ho! Fare thee well then. Hello. That's right.
Hello there.
Hello.
How are you doing? How are you doing today?
And so it was that Atlasdam was founded some 2 centuries ago. Indeed, our fair city-state is among the longest standing on the continent of Austera. But there was another city-state with a history as long and proud as our own that came to a tragic ruin only 8 short years ago. Now, who can tell me its name? How about you, Therese?
I think it was...
Now, no need to get all flustered. There's no shame in not knowing an answer, so long as you have a desire to learn. The answer is in your textbook. Go on now, look it up.
Yes. Let's see. I believe it was Hornberg.
That is correct. Hornberg was ruled over by a royal family, said to be descended from priests of an ancient and long-forgotten religion. On the other hand, our fair Atlastan was founded by one of the original clans that inhabited the Flatlands. Who can tell me how many clans lived in the Flatlands at the time? Your Highness?
The histories have it that 8 clans did live in the Flatlands in those days.
Correct you are, Your Highness. It was a time of great strife here in the Flatlands as the 8 clans waged a long and bitter war. Change would come when the armies of Grandport invaded these lands some 2 centuries ago. At the time, the rulers of Grandport sought to exert their influence over territories inland. Ironically, this compelled the warring tribes to put aside their differences and unite against their common foe. Oh, but look at the time. We'll pick up where we left off next time. Don't forget to read chapters 3 and 4 before our next lecture. And be prepared to answer questions on any of the material within.
Yes, Professor. Thank you for another most stimulating lecture, Professor Albright.
Hello?
Splendid!
How'd you do?
Cretans! Not bad, eh?
Oh. Professor Albright.
Your Highness.
The truth of the matter is,
But of course! Mm-hmm.
indeed.
Very astute of you. The truth is,
Oh.
with pleasure.
Why, thank you.
Indeed. Ah. Good day.
Farewell.
Ah, Therese. Yes? Do you have...
No.
Hmm?
Hello? Oh.
It's me, Cyrus. Mm-hmm.
I see.
With pleasure.
actually... I see.
Many thanks. What have we here? An interesting dilemma.
Professor Albright! Hmm?
The truth is...
I see.
Many thanks. Cyrus Albright, by your request, sir.
Do enter. My apologies for summoning you on such short notice.
How might I be of assistance, Headmaster?
That treatise on arcane studies you published. What in the gods' names were you thinking?
Sir? I do believe I made my hypothesis perfectly clear.
I'm not talking about your hypothesis. You went out of your way to cite one of the texts in our special archives. The knowledge housed in those tomes is the Royal Academy's greatest treasure. It is not to be divulged to the public at your whim. Laying it bare in one of your silly papers is out of the question.
I am fully aware of the value of those tomes, Headmaster. It is for that very reason I would share the knowledge with my peers.
You are to share nothing! That wisdom is for the Academy and the Academy alone.
But that goes against everything...
Enough, Cyrus!
Even my best argument is sure to fall on deaf ears. The Headmaster sees knowledge as a medal or precious stone, something to be appreciated by its rightful owner alone. Knowledge is power, and power is to be hoarded. An unfortunate attitude, indeed. My sincere apologies, Headmaster. It won't happen again. Is there anything else you need of me?
That is all. You may go. Wait. There was there's one last thing.
Sir?
I heard the Special Archives will be closing early today. If you have research to do there, I would do so quickly.
Good gods. It's as if he enjoys watching me suffer. Thank you for your concern, Headmaster. In that case, I'll be on my way.
Enter.
Excuse me.
What's the matter?
Hmm. Uh, um.
Hello there. Sure as rain. Can I help you?
A moment of your time.
My apologies.
Say it is not so.
Actually,
Aho! Indeed!
I see.
Leave it to me.
Take care.
Time to do some research.